Hi, my name is Amanda Priest. I'm a guest correspondent with Retired Shield. We are a nonprofit created by retired law enforcement for law enforcement to get a better understanding and to give a better understanding of why our boots on the ground are expected to uphold certain standards and codes on the ground. The focus of today's segment has to do with procedural due process and how vague statutes and laws may be beneficial to us boots on the ground may cause concern for constitutional rights of those individuals. Let's say we see someone walking in an area and your instincts tell you something's up. You go approach them. You can ask for identification, but there is no mandatory and enforceable mandate that the individual must produce identification. But why? Well, this all goes back to 1970, in the 1970s, 1980s. In 1977, this exact scenario played out in San Diego County. The activist, Edward Lawson, known by some as the Walkman, was walking down the street when he was approached by a local sheriff. Between 1975 and 1977, Lawson was arrested throughout San Diego County approximately 15 times, all under California Penal Code 647E. That statute gave law enforcement the authority to demand credible and reliable identification if there was reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Lawson, representing himself, took the county of San Diego to federal court after making an attempt at the state level, claiming that the statute 647E was unconstitutional. In 1983, the Supreme Court ruled 7-2 in favor of Lawson's argument that Penal Code 647E was in fact direct violation of an individual's constitutional due process. One, the first reason, the law did not make it clear what an individual could do to adequately satisfy the identification requirement. And two, the law was so extreme and broad that it virtually gave complete discretion at the hands of local law enforcement. This means law enforcement could initially detain you, but unless they were about to identified information to justify an arrest, they cannot make an arbitrary decision based on adequate identification. While it is not Retired Shield's desires to provide legal advice, we do want to provide a solid foundation of knowledge and case law background to our law enforcement to better understand how they can adequately respond for sake of not only their arrest and the individual, but also for case and making a strong argument in a court of law. For those who have more questions on Kolender v. Lawson, we do recommend you discuss your legal options at the local or state level with any sort of legal advisor. As always, stay safe, and thank you for the sacrifice you make for the betterment of our community.